377 years have passed in our theocratic-only start. I don't want to say identical, but there are lots of parts of it that have not changed. The Byzantines expanded a little bit, Persia expanded a lot, the Arabians have popped out as well, but I feel like France, the HRE, maybe parts of England, I guess expanding out to Norway looks the same, but this, I don't know, Denmark, Pomerania looks the same. This is just Poland with some extra layers. Oh, just kidding. Pomerania is much bigger than I thought. Catholic Persia, I feel like that's an interesting thing to see that Holy Wars are doing that thing again for some reason. But for now, let's just jump to see how many theocracies are left. And a fair bit, it seems like. Also, some republics somehow have popped out too. I don't. They were a theocracy, and then all of a sudden, this kid inherited it. So it must have transferred to the Dro family, who they themselves were republic vassals first. It seems like Persia's still a theocracy. ZHRE, yep. Scotland, who's run by a woman, Queen Bishop. Another Empress Bishop. Byzantines are run by a woman. I feel like this is the most, I don't want to say the most stable I've seen the Byzantines, but it feels like usually there's like a lot more installed by factions, but it's all inherited. I think what helps them out a lot is that as a theocracy, you cannot be disillusioned. That's a tidbit that I learned. Create a dissolution faction. Because they are a theocracy, they are unable to be disillusioned. That out of the way, let's jump to our progressions and see who has won the faith map mode. And I think it is, as usual, Catholicism. With Matrodeism, Ashari really getting kicked to the curb once more. How are you up here? And how are you also Vindalist? This is, what's going on? There's some interesting culture blending up here. There's also Akham people up here. How did you just take a stress event and then become it, or did somebody conquer it, or did you decide that was the faith you would become because your father was Yukonusko, and then you're like, you know what, Matrodeism is in the area. It was a Vindalist, and then just somehow it seems like it was just randomly given to this character for whatever reason. I'm not really sure how theocracies choose their successors, because there was successors and they were able to do it, but then this random person. Kingdom map mode and see anything bad. Maghreb's doing their Maghreb thing. Did the Iberian struggle come to an end? No, actually not that much change, other than Iberia exploding into multiple empires just because of the conflict. The Iberian struggle coming to an end. Westphalia looks smaller to me. Looks like they've lost land, but maybe I'm tripping. Let's look at the most powerful realm in all of the lands to see what's going on. Of course, it's the Byzantines, which with 109, and then after that, the Persians with 88. Let's take a look at the Holy Roman Empire and see if they, for the most part, stayed theocracy. And yeah, it seems like they did. Time and time again, we're voted in a new theocracy, theocratic leader. Women too, which I thought it was a male only. How that would have come into inherited via abdication. That's maybe why. So he abdicated and then she took over. But I think this is the first time where we see a woman be the most powerful when they're not be an immortal. That might be weird to say, but yeah, I think that's the very, very first time we've ever seen that. Theocracies, guess what? They work for women too. That's the takeaway there. What have we learned from this little time lapse of ours? I think the biggest takeaway is the map stayed pretty stable up until about 1300. I think 1300 things started getting a little crazier. It seems like theocracies can work. I think again it came down to giving them more domain. If they had less domain, they wouldn't have lasted as long. For now, I think that's all I have for you. Thank you so very much for watching this. If you did enjoy this, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, have a good rest of your day. Ciao.